Hi YouTube. I thought I'd do a part two on love. Alright, so I ran down the basics with a lot of concepts, like how you should really be yourself when it comes to talking to another person, and be in tune with your emotions and your feelings with how you feel of situations and how you feel towards them. Also, basic concepts like how emotions don't continually exist at all given moments. Like love is not um, constant; it is in and out kind of thing. Because you can't constantly feel one thing; you can only feel one emotion at a time, and you can feel confused when two emotions are trying to jump in at once. But you still only feel one emotion at one time. All right, so I wanted to basically go with the first subject being acceptance. If you can't accept yourself and you can't accept your behavior, it can really conflict with how you feel and treat other people, as well as how they love you back and how you love them. A lot of the parts you can't accept about yourself is usually something you won't be able to accept in someone else either. You'll find that, for instance, I used to hate the fact that I couldn't be involved in social situations, and I used to be very unaccepting of other people who were socially would reject social reactions, interactions. So I didn't realize that antisocial behavior was something I had trouble accepting in myself, and I realized that my antisocial behavior only came from the fact that I was fighting with who I was. So once I learned to accept that, I could accept other people better who were like that. So you got to open up your heart, and it's a complicated thing. The heart is such a fucking complicated thing. It's a loving thing. It's capable of amazing things. But if you don't take a moment to see how you feel about something or understand it, you can't let go of things. I know that for a fact that I used to be quite self-destructive when it came to relationships. I used to destroy them myself because I had this retarded thought in my head that would say that I wasn't good enough. It would say that I didn't deserve these relationships, so I got to get as much out of them as I can straight away. And I used to put too much pressure on the person I was dating. Basically, I'd end up pushing them away by being too full on because I was always scared that the relationship was going to end quickly. And, well, I was creating that from my own actions because of my fear. And I learned that a long time ago that that's what I was doing, so did something about it. And I'm in control of that now. That's stopped being a problem. It also kind of closed the door, even though it opened another. I have trouble with people who are too needy. I just find them irritating, so to speak. I know people need others to help them now and then, and it's always okay to give love as well as receive it. But I found it difficult to be accepting of people that needed a lot of attention. I felt that that was something that was a bit useless because if I kept giving that person the attention, how would they deal with it if they were on their own? Like if I went away for a month or two and I wasn't around and things like that. But also vice versa. Someone that doesn't ever ask for attention, doesn't really need it until like the last minute, and doesn't fit with how you feel, it kind of gets in the way as well. So with acceptance, you got to really learn to accept a lot of things about yourself as well. You may find that a lot of things might be getting in the way of relationships and also in the way of how your emotions come out. I think neurotypical brain chemistry seems to be able to withstand more amounts of this kind of stuff happening, because I know for a fact that if something's getting in the way of my acceptance, like probably three things, I find it difficult for my emotions to come out in a relationship. I think it's mostly because uh, I've got a smaller filter. Uh, how to explain this? Imagine my mind's a computer, and with a computer, you got your CPU, which is the processor, which goes through the information and organizes it, and then you got the RAM, which is the storage of the amount of information that's going through. So I'd say that my RAM is smaller than a neurotypical's. So basically, uh, I'm having trouble accepting the fact that this person is slightly manipulative, um, needs a little more attention than I'd like to be giving, and has trouble communicating through words. So there'll be three things that will be holding that relationship back. Now, I need to get through and I need to process these one at a time so that there's enough space so more information can come through. And this includes the rest of the relationship, like good things like fun, happiness, playful jokes and inside jokes and little games you play with your partner, kind of things like that. Tends to clog up the network if the things aren't solved. So I find that I tend to really want to fix things in relationships quite a lot. Not not like fix little things. It's always got to be something actually important, something that I believe matters in a relationship. So if that doesn't get in the way, then it's not a problem. But if it's something I think is it's poisonous or destructive to a relationship, I'm not going to just ignore it and let it pass me by. I'm not that kind of guy. And I think it's a bit silly to stick your head in the sand about something. If a problem's a problem, it's a problem. It's something you should deal with. You don't just look the other way. I can understand putting it on the back burner until you get the knowledge or the time or the experience to deal with it. That's completely understandable. That's also another thing that got in a lot of ways of a relationship for people of my age. I find that this is not just for me, but my friends as well. Uh, Everyone for the last 5 years has always been too young to get a lot of things. They've all been, I guess, when you turn 20, you tend to start focusing on life, even though a lot of people are focusing on relationships as well. There's just so much to deal with when you hit that adulthood that I think a lot of people take a while to catch up, and it's not till 25 that people start to actually be in control of their relationships with people as well as the rest of their life. Now, I kind of went the other way. I did relationships with people first because I felt it was the most important thing to me. And I'm just starting to get the hang of the rest of my life now. Uh, I've only recently started actually taking accountability for myself a lot more than I used to. Um, I think I've really pulled into a mature state of my life recently and really actually started to be a whole person for a change. And it feels pretty fucking good. Anyway, so self development I find works the best for people with Asperger's. I know that it works great for me, and actually putting the hard yards in for yourself first before you deal with the rest of the world will get you to the state where you can deal with the rest of the world as if it was nothing. It will never be in charge of your life. It will never overload you again if you're the person in control. And I feel that I've been at that state for a while, and it took me a long time to get there. I had great support from family and friends, and I spent a lot of time uh, learning to be their friend back because I love my friends, and I really didn't know how to treat them, how to treat them well, how to be a friend back, and that's really what I've been spending a lot of my life doing is learning to be able to give the love back that people have been giving me, which is a lot. So I've got a lot of love to give back, and the fact that people fascinate me so much, it's really my autistic obsession. It's people and understanding them. I love to understand them and understand the concepts that people make about this themselves, about their egos, about their problems, about their happiness, about their love, about the way people fit in the world, class culture, anything within the social science field, I guess, I would find entertaining. And love is one of the most complicated ones, and I think it is only exceeded by its own mystery because it is so diverse between everyone, culture, race, age, sexual orientation. It's really amazing. But there's still an underlying pattern there that's really still just kicking along, and everyone knows it. Everyone feels it, and it's an amazing thing. I really want to understand it fully one day, which could be a long life pursuit. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoy this, and hopefully I'll do another one soon. I've been pretty busy with work lately, so if I fall asleep on the next talk, you'll know why.